Hello everyone, this is Sumita Gupta. Welcome you all for my 34th lecture of Electronic Devices and Circuits. Today we will learn E-MOSFET differential amplifier with active load. If you have remembered the concept of differential amplifier, what is a differential amplifier? Differential amplifier in which the output is proportional to the difference of input voltage. Differential amplifier, the amplifier in which output is proportional or to difference of the input voltages. Since we are using MOSFET, that's why it's called MOSFET differential amplifier. So here two identical MOSFET we will use. MOSFET means E-MOSFET, enhancement type MOSFET we will use. Identical means both transistors W by L ratio will be same and will apply the same input voltage. Okay. VG1 is input voltage at the gate of transistor Q1. VG2 is the voltage applied at the gate of transistor Q2. The source of both terminals are connected together to the current source, constant current source, and these are drain terminals which act as a load. Okay, so today's topic is MOS differential amplifier with active load. So what is the requirement of active load? Why we are not connecting directly any resistance? So if you remember the concept of balance input, balance output means generally we apply or we can say dual input, balance output. What do you mean by this means we are applying the voltage at both terminals. So it's called balance or dual input. Or we are taking the output at both terminals, it is called balance output. So what happens sometimes we don't want output from the both terminals, we want output from only one terminal. And at that time, what will happen? The gain will reduce by the factor of 2. It will be half. Generally, we are applying input at both terminal. We take output from the both terminal. But suppose we don't want to take output from both terminal. We want to take output from any one terminal. So in that case, what will happen? That gain will reduce by half. But we don't want to reduce any gain. So solution for that is we'll use active load configuration. Again, listen carefully. Generally, what we used to do, we apply input at both terminals, that is dual input, and we used to take output from the both terminals. But suppose we want to take output from any one terminal, then what will happen? The gain will reduces at least by half. So what we want to take output from any one terminal, that is called unbalanced output actually. And in this case, the gain will reduce, but we don't want to reduce our gain. The solution for that is we'll use the active load. Now, what is a device which can be used as active load? That device is your current mirror. Now, what is the current mirror? If you remember, the current mirror means same image. Mirror means same image. If we are talking about current mirror means same current. The concept of mirror, current mirror means the same current. We are copying the same current from one device to the other, and the main thing is we are controlling the current in such way the main output current is not disturbed. That is constant. Okay. Again, listen carefully. This is that circuit. Below circuit is a normal differential amplifier, but we are not taking output from the both terminals. We are taking output from only one terminal, but the gain should not be reduced. So, what is the solution? We are using the current mirror. The concept of current mirror is the same current is flowing in the both transistors. We are copying the same current, but the main aim is the output current should not be disturbed. It should be constant. So see here in this diagram, if you remember in any FET, the gate current is 0. There is no gate current here. So whatever current at drain was the same current at the source. So what is the current here? The same current is here. So look at the circuit carefully. This is your drain current, drain current, drain current from the lower side. Listen, this current, drain current, the gate current is 0. The same current is coming here at the downs. So drain current is flowing here, here and coming now. The same circuit. The Here also the drain current is same, flowing down. So at the output terminal, this from the upper side, this from the lower side, the current is double. So what is happening due to this current mirror? At the output, we are getting double current. At the output, we are getting double current. If you remember, what is the output? Output is simply I into R. Output is simply I into R. But if you are taking output from only one terminal, so you are getting current double. So current is double, so ultimately your gain is balanced. So there is no reduction in gain. Okay. Again, listen carefully. Whatever the output voltage, which is I into R, what happens if we are not using the current mirror and we are taking output the one terminal, then we will get output just half. But if we are using the current mirror, we are getting double current. Due to double current, what will happen? The double and half will be cancelled. I will get the same gain. You understood the concept? So that's why we use the current mirror as an active load. Now we will do the detailed derivation of the gain of this differential amplifier with active load. Okay, now see the circuit again. This is our normal differential amplifier. The both sources are connected with a common current source I. Okay, remember the negative supply is compulsory. There is no ground. This minus Vs is negative supply, plus Vs is positive supply, and this the upper part is your current mirror. Okay, this transistor Q3, that's the current is ID3. This is transistor Q4, that's the current is ID4. Transistor Q1 current ID1, transistor Q2 current ID2. Okay, and remember the output we are taking from this second. Okay, now we'll do the derivation start. Okay, so remember we are taking one-sided output, means we are taking only from this side, not from this side. Okay, now we are doing the common mode voltage operation, means now both voltages are same. We are applying the same voltage at the both. Okay, so what is the current? The current whatever we are getting here, this current will be half of this current, because both current are coming here and going here down. So both current will be IQ by 2. We are assuming this total current is IQ. This is the sum of ID1 and ID2. So ID1 and ID2 will be IQ by 2. Okay. Remember, there is no gate current in any FET. Now see, ID3 equals to ID1, ID4 equals to ID2. Now see in this diagram, the same current is coming down. So these two current are same. ID3 equals to ID1. Same here, ID4 equals to ID2. Okay. Now, differential voltage you know very well, V1 minus V2. Suppose we are not applying the same voltage. There is some mismatch. V1 and V2 are not exactly same. There is some minor difference. If there is a minor difference, so one current can be somewhat high and one current can be somewhat low. Again listen, ideally both current are I by 2. This is also I by 2. But suppose there is some little mismatch, so this current will be somewhat added, this current will be somewhat minus. Means one current will be little bit high, one will be less, other both will be same. Both will be same, other one will be high, other will be less, yeah, other one will be less, other will be high, like this. So we are assuming this mismatch parameter is small id. So id1 equals to iq by 2 plus small id, and id2 equals to iq by 2 minus id. And you know very well what is id. If you remember, Gm is your I by D, V, ID by I by V. So from this I equals to V into Gm. But since the current is half, so it will be Gm Bd by 2. So ID equals to Gm Bd by 2. So this is whatever we are assuming, this ID1 that is equals to ID3. What is ID2 that is equals to ID4. Okay. Now see the circuit again. Okay, this is the equivalent circuit with active load. What we have drawn here previously, the same circuit. Now we are showing the currents also. Okay, this is ID. This current is GM BD by 2, because actual current is your GM into BD, but since current is half, so it is GM BD by 2. Here also GM BD by 2. Okay. What is BD by 2? BD by 2 is your applied voltage. Okay. Again listen, I is equals to GM into VD. I equals to G into VD, and VD is your voltage, input voltage. Okay. So since we are applying half voltage both sides, so it will be VD by 2. So I equals to GMBD by 2 here and GMBD by 2 here. This is the circuit. For calculating the output voltage, we have to draw the small signal. But we don't need to draw the whole side, because since we are applying, means we are getting output at the second side, so we'll draw a small signal model of this side only. Okay. So you know, for MOSFET, what is the circuit at the output side? Simply a current source. Okay, if you remember the small signal model of the MOSFET, there was GM into VGS. If you remember the small signal model of normal MOSFET, if you have remember, the small signal model was like this. There was current source GM into VGS. Wait a second. There was this is like GM into VGS, current source at output side, output resistance, and input side there is no gate current. This was gate, drain, and source. In this way we have drawn the small signal model of MOSFET. The same thing is here also. This is Q4 transistor, so GM into VGS, but in VGS what is the voltage? VD by 2. That's why it is GM into VD by 2. Generally it is GM into VGS. And what is VGS in our case? Our case VGS is VD by 2. And output resistance for Q4 will be R0 4. For Q2 will be R0 2. So in this way we have drawn the small signal model of the output stage. Means this. Now we will draw the combined circuit. This current is coming down to output voltage. This is also coming to output voltage. The direction of both current are same towards the output voltage. Okay. Now R0 4 and R0 2 both will be in parallel. So we'll combinedly draw the circuits. There will be only one current source, that the value will be double, because both currents are adding. Both current are adding. So GM by 2 plus GM by 2, it will be commonly, it will be GM into VD simply. And the resistance will be R0 2 parallel R0 4. So this is your small signal equivalent circuit. Now you can calculate the voltage. Voltage is current into resistance. So current is GM into VD and resistance R into R0 4. The output voltage is, across it there is output voltage. Output voltage is output resistance multiplied by output current. So GMVD into R0 2 parallel R0 4. In this way we have calculated the output voltage gain. R0 to parallel R0 4, we can write 1 upon R0 2 plus 1 upon R0 4. And remember, 1 upon R0 2 is your G0 2, 1 upon R0 4 is your G0 4. Okay. Now the GM is your transistor parameter. The expression for this is 2 under root 2 Kn I2. Kn is your mu n into COX. Mu n is electron mobility. COX is your oxide capacitance. The value of COX is Epsilon OX upon QX. COX is oxide permittivity and divided by thickness. And this G02, it can be lambda 2 into IDQ2. Lambda 2 is your channel length modulation coefficient. And ID equals to I by 2. So if you put all the parameters, this is your differential gain. Okay, otherwise you can, if it's asked in exam, you can complete this derivation up to here on. So, okay. So thank you so much. Keep learning, keep sharing. If you have any doubt, you can write in the chat box. God bless you.